Well, I think it's really important for us to have the right outcomes measured for our clients. Our clients are expecting business results. And as an agency partner, we have to have the right data in order to determine how well the media is working. In order to take a step back from that, you need the partners to give you some of those data signals. You need media providers to actually measure it and optimize against it in an effective way. So you create what we like to call a data supply chain. And that data supply chain lives in our data platform called Converged. We have a lot of different partners at this point. We have 500 plus different partners that are feeding data in. Sometimes those are in-market signals, as in how well did the media perform to drive a sale of a product. Sometimes it's more how well did the user click, how well did they visit a website. So the signals can vary, but what you want is a rich combination of data points to determine how well you can optimize and how to restructure the buy in order to make it more and more successful in the future. So it's really important to have a standardized identity spine. So we, in the last couple of years, created the Havas ID. The Havas ID, it's an integrated framework that allows us to determine exactly who the consumer is or user is that's activated within a specific media platform. So it's a consistent thread that we can weave throughout the entire consumer journey. We can follow that individual Havas ID all the way through from research to purchase, to frequency of usage, to loyalty, and that way we can create other seed populations or lookalike audiences based on that original consumer that we know and we want more of. So it's really critical that we map it to the users that we need, not just today, but in the future, and we create a full funnel approach of how to prospect and build different types of activations. What's oftentimes hard to do is to balance the brand side with the performance side of media. Performance, you got the signal, you know who the user is, you know the identity. The brand side, maybe you haven't found some of those individuals quite yet, so you need to do several different types of prospecting. Having that seed population allows you to have some experimentation that you can run off of the original person. So we love the idea of having a known user, but also finding unknown users that we can prospect to with different types of messaging and creative, and build that converged technology layer that gets us the outcomes to drive the business.
How much do you lean on clean rooms, and how effective are they in personalization?
I mean, I think clean rooms are one of those sometimes scary topics because they're so technical that consumers or advertisers oftentimes don't know how to decipher them. What is a clean room? How to use it? But in data science, in analytics, they're the secret. They're the gold mine. That's the laboratory that we can actually go into and slice and dice the data in a way that we can discover how to create treatments and how to create experiments. It's an experimentation lab, where I think the really interesting transformation of the clean room is becoming is more of an AI clean room. That's where you can design different types of hierarchies of experimentation. So you can say this group is getting one copy, this group is getting another completely different type of couponing offer or in-market offer. And it's a really rich territory for retail media networks because you can have different types of products that are advertised or different types of eating occasions. Different types of family lifestyles. And it works the same way with different types of products. You can figure out how to get that intervention to get someone to purchase one additional time. Within the clean room, all of that magic happens. So if you set up the clean room in a good way to process the data, bring in the data, you can use the push out and activation as well.
Is there a technology or an innovation you're looking forward to seeing applied to data that'll move the needle?
I think the algorithms are starting to give us more of the insights to make the process smarter and faster. There's a lot of inefficiency in how we buy media today. There's still a trader that has to go in, look at the data, process the data, push the go button. What we're trying to do in our Converge platform, and really across our entire programmatic media buying, addressable media buying practice, is to have AI built in that does those processes and steps automatically. The faster the processes can go, the faster the system can learn, and then the trader becomes more of an intervention in case something had gone wrong. So if it does go completely off the rails in a direction that we don't think the media should go, either creative that we didn't approve or different types of addressable audiences that may not make sense, we have to course correct and set stronger guardrails. But really the AI is meant as a way to push the media forward into territories that we hadn't expected or potentially weren't aware of. So some of that kind of testing with the AI systems, that's the future of where the media landscape is going.